So you have got this wonderful plant for your garden, right? And you're waiting for it to flower and give you results, but it doesn't. So what do? You don't start blaming the plant, do you? No, you don't. You start thinking, where did you go wrong? Well, you went to the best of the plant shop, talked to the gardener, talked to the plant shop owner, picked up the best plant, right? The soil, the fertilizer, the pesticide, watering the plant. You went through various books, the YouTube channels, you talked to the gardener, and you were continuously tending it day in and day out. But are you going to blame the plant, or are you going to look into the flow of events where you went wrong? Possibly that one day when you left the tap open, or that day when you told your son or your child to put the fertilizer and there was a little more of it. You never know. That is exactly how we should treat people as well in our lives and in our organization. People are made of small, small stories. They are made up of small, small flow of events. And we have to honor that. We have to respect those events. Because those small stories influence their behavior, influence their excellence, influence their achievements. It influences their self-worth. It influences how they will function in what surroundings and environment. I'm going to discuss with you a small case study here. I had gone to take a design thinking workshop in a multinational which was dealing with computer hardwares. When that workshop was over, this was 4 or 5 years back, when that workshop was over, then I was called in by the head of HR, and he said, we have these 5 employees which we have taken after due diligence, but somehow they're not able to function and give their best to the organization, and we are worried about it because we don't want to let them go. I said, why don't you do some creative breakthrough exercises or a workshop or some kind of intervention to be able to help us make them realize their potential? I said, okay, fine. And next day, we started that intervention. In that intervention, I listened to the stories of all of the 5 candidates. And I tried to find a pattern where they were performing their best, where they were achieving excellence, under what flow of events were they achieving excellence. And then I looked at the flow of events of the organization. Were the two matching? Was organization taking care that the flow of events that has happened in the student's life, in the candidate's life, is it happening within the organization? For example, there was a student who has grown up in Kerala. His mother had died when he was young, and he was sent to his maternal grandmother to live with her. She used to live by the temple and used to go daily to the temple to clean and wash the temple with his grandmother. And that was something which he thought was helping him excelling, because that was meditative, that used to help him relax, that used to add a certain sense of fun in his life. And he was a topper, and he went to IIT Bombay after that, and then to Stanford, and that was his career graph. But he was not able to properly function in this organization. And then what we did was that we found out the points of references where he thought he was his best. And we find out the flow of events around those points which were helping him to achieve his best. And after that, we talked this to HR so that HR is able to bring in those flow of events or bring in those interventions in their lives so that they are able to achieve their best. It could be through workshops, through leadership coaches, through taking them out, to talking to them. There are various ways, but we found a solution to it. So please understand, people are made up of series of stories, good, bad, ugly. We have to understand those stories. What are those stories that make us perform the best? What are those stories which make us not perform the best? Or what are those stories which make us look ugly? And then once we have realized that, then we have to understand, either we become neutral towards the stories which do not make us perform good, or we make the positive stories happen in our lives again and again. Solutions are many, but one has to learn to honor the stories in the lives of the people and help them revisit the positive stories in their life so that you are helping them to grow into a better individual, excel in their lives, and become happy. Thank you.